Hi there, thank you for dropping by. This is Webinar Weekdays. You might wonder, what is Webinar Weekdays? Well, Webinar Weekdays are called so because these are free webinars that happen during certain evenings of certain weekdays. Of course, there's a proper schedule for the next 3 months. You can go through that schedule. Usually, these are for 45 minutes to 50 minutes and they will always happen during the evening hours on a weekday. Usually, we have more than one webinar weekdays every week. All right, the second question that you may have is, how can this webinar weekday help you? Let me give you an example. Webinar weekday will take care of certain questions. For example, you would want to know how to solve Agile questions. So there'll be one webinar weekday which will only be talking about 20 questions on Agile. And these would be some of the toughest questions, will be very similar to which you find in PMP exam, if not almost the same. And then I guide you through it. I'll explain to you why. What's the trick behind this particular question? How one word can actually change the entire meaning and how people actually miss it. And then when I tell you, okay, this is the correct option, then why is it? Why are the other options not the correct options, even though they seem like correct? So I actually guide you through all of them. So it does two purposes. One is that it not only explains to you how to answer questions, they also explain to you certain aspects of Agile. Now, Agile and the questions around Agile is just one of the topics. We also cover interpersonal skills. We also cover ITTOs, input, tools and techniques and outputs. We also cover specific questions on quantitative. We also cover specific questions which are tricky in nature, scenario based, you name it. We've got 12 episodes of Webinar Weekdays. Quite a bit, right? Not only that, there would be some webinar weekdays which will help you to prepare, which will tell you what are some of the worst mistakes that you're making while preparing. These are some of the most common things which people do, thinking that they are doing the right thing, only to realize later on that they have really extended their preparation time or they made a mess. So how do we make sure that we don't make those mistakes? Well, attend this webinar. You may even ask that why is it that Manish Vijay of PM Pulse, why is he so confident about webinar weekdays? It's a free webinar, right? I'm sure it is just some kind of a marketing gimmick or just to entice people. Well, to be honest, you're correct. I'm using this webinar weekdays to introduce to you the kind of quality that I come out with. Now, I've written 3 books and all 3 of them have been bestsellers. They were all on PMP, global bestsellers. I already have the first and the only till date audio platform completely dedicated to project management. It's doing extremely well. PM Pulse also has a video platform which is doing exceptionally well. In fact, people, when they go through that particular video platform, they say, hey, I could never imagine that a video could be like this. And to top it all, I've been running a registered education provider and a PM Pulse as a company for consulting and mentoring on project management, every aspect of project management since 2006. And when it comes to PMP, my organization, which is PM Pulse, has certified over 48,000 people in 14 countries spread over 3 continents. When it comes to me personally, I have certified 26,800 people till just a couple of months back. So I think with fair certainty, I could say, I think I have what it takes to guide you in the right direction, right? What do you say? And these webinars are there to help you. And anybody who knows me, they know I like to help. So don't worry about it. You're safe with me. Attend this webinar weekdays and you will be shocked what you can get for free. These webinars are free, but immensely powerful, extremely high on quality. In fact, some of the material that you will find on these webinar weekdays, you'll not be able to find in some of the most pricey of books or trainings or videos by so many other trainers. You will not find it there. That is what we provide in our free stuff. You can only imagine the kind of material that we provide on our paid sites or our trainings, right? I'll leave that to your imagination. There are a couple of people, one from Maharashtra and one from Romania. Yeah, they speak English in Romania. I didn't know that. People from Romania attend my sessions, even Iceland. Of course, a lot of people from US, quite a few people in India, of course, quite a bit. Even from Pakistan, Bangladesh, so many countries, right? And of course, the number of Indians are the maximum because I am an Indian and I operate from India and using Indian timings. Now, these couple of people actually told me that they attended my entire series of webinars last year, and they said they cleared the exams because of these free webinars. Because of these free webinars, they went through so many trainings, some simply learn, some stuff like that. They did all those trainings. It was of no use to them. They went through quite a few books. It was of no use to them. Then somehow, by chance, they came over to my webinar weekdays, and since then, they kept on attending and they cleared. So just think about it. That's the kind of content we have on this webinar weekdays, the free webinars. Let me also give you a very interesting statistics, which I came to know. Since its launch, the webinar weekdays till now, we've had 8,720 unique participants globally. That's saying it a lot. I think this is a resounding testament to the reliability and the quality of our material. You can literally rely on our material because they're extremely well researched and they're very interesting. I have a habit of discussing with people, even though this is going to be a webinar where you will not be able to interact with me using voice, but you will still be able to write questions to me, and I will make sure that I answer each and every question, even if it takes a little more time. But the style with which we work, even in webinar, you'll get this feeling that you're actually having a conversation with me. Now I'm sure the only question that you have is, hey, where do I find the list of topics that you're actually going to cover? And when is the next webinar? Well, if you look at the bottom of this particular page, you'll see a button talking about register for webinar weekdays. Click on that. You'll be taken to a next page which will show you the entire list, the entire roster of all our webinar weekdays with their dates and schedule and the topics and the description of the topics along with the registration link. All you have to do is choose the topics, click on the link for the topic that you've chosen, just enter a couple of details, literally 4 details about yourself, and you're done. On the appointed date and time, just join. Don't miss it because it'll be a big loss to you. Make sure that you attend. And since we don't at all advertise, please go ahead and share it with as many people as you can, because the more people we can help, the more people we can reach out, the better it is. And guys, here is a word of advice. Don't wait for the last minute. Register now. Register as in advance as possible, because now we have limited the number of participants to be exactly 100. You cannot have more than 100 participants in a single episode. These seats kind of get filled very fast. Make sure that you don't miss out. Register in advance. All right then, I think I've spoken a lot. You know a lot about webinar weekdays. Now it's up to you. And I would really like to interact with you in the next webinar weekday and would love to be a part of your journey of PMP certification. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.